Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day. But today I want to talk about this debt ceiling crisis. It hasn't gone away. Seems to be getting worse. Should we prepare this week? And also, what else is going on this week? We could talk a little bit about Bitcoin 2023, what that's going to do for Bitcoin. So let's get started. Welcome, guys. Overall market is a little bit, just a tad higher than yesterday. Bitcoin is above 27,000. That's positive. You know, it sucks to see it back down into the 26s and just a slight downwick right here to the 25s. Seems like it was a scam wick, really just meant to fear people, drive them out. But you know what? A little recovery. But this week also we have a big conference, Bitcoin 2023 in Miami, which I will be attending. So will that do anything to Bitcoin? I looked at last year's chart and it didn't really do a whole lot, although during the conference we did slide down, but that was right before all the shenanigans happened with Luna, with Celsius, and everything else going on. So back then, Bitcoin was still at like 40,000 plus. So it's a little depressing to see that Bitcoin is actually like half of where it was last year. But you know what? Last year was just a bad year. It was basically us coming down from top, right? But now we're in the opposite. We're recovering from that bottom, heading towards a new top, which I'll get to in a little bit. Now, speaking of debt crisis, according to President Biden, the debt ceiling talks are moving along. I don't know what that means. Of course, everyone's hopeful that talks is moving along, and we will get some kind of recovery. I don't know, some consensus, and then we get some kind of market recovery. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe this time is different. Everyone is anticipating that we will not default. We will find a consensus, and we will raise the debt ceiling. But what if we don't? I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's so improbable that there's just no chance that this won't be resolved. But what if in the next couple of weeks it doesn't and the U.S. defaults? Oof, what would happen? I mean, it would not be good, because the U.S. defaults, the U.S. Treasury is going to run out of money. Basically, it's a fake Treasury if you think about it. It doesn't store anything. It's not like there's some giant vault of money inside that's empty. It's just an imaginary vault. It's all done on a computer, right? It's just a whole bunch of zeros, and the zeros are running out. Basically, there won't be enough to pay back debts, pay back interest, pay Social Security, can't pay a lot of stuff, wages. So what's going to happen? What is going to happen, right? I think still that this will be resolved, because if it doesn't, it would really be bad. It would really set the U.S. on this death spiral and bring on Armageddon. So I don't really think that it could happen, but one wonders, what if it does? You know, even banks are predicting that Bitcoin could jump 70% of U.S. defaults on its debt. I think it'll jump a lot more, to be honest. Immediately, let's say the deadline passed and we don't get a consensus, I think Bitcoin will probably jump 100% that day. But over long haul, if there is financial Armageddon in the U.S. and everything crashes down, I don't know if Bitcoin can withstand that. In that kind of scenario, maybe everything comes crashing down. But immediately, I think we would see like a huge boost right away. And this is from a bank. Even a CEO of Standard Chartered said that Bitcoin is only going to get stronger with the destruction of the banks, which he believes is not over. But with that said, what about the opposite? What if the debt ceiling is raised, right? I don't think a lot of people anticipate that it won't. But what if it gets raised? Well, I mean, this is what's happening. The debt ceiling look at it. I mean, you know, even if we go back about 40 years to the 80s, it didn't even register. And then look at the 2000s, okay? It kind of went up, and then it kind of flatlined. And since the 2000s, it's just been doing this. It's not even this anymore. It is actually parabolic right now, okay? This is what Bitcoin's chart looks like if we condense it smaller. But I mean, it is literally going parabolic right now, and it won't stop. And the government spending is actually more than expected. In fact, the prediction for how much the U.S. is going to be spending this year actually came in under, and they said, well, you got to tack on $100 billion. What's $100 billion here or there when you're printing out trillions per year? I mean, it's become so normal now, and people don't realize, well, when you have trillions of trillions of trillions of money being printed by the government, it dilutes everything that you have, right? It dilutes the pot of USD, and now you're growing like this. Well, everything within the pot devalues. There's no way that it doesn't. So, and then you look at the debt to GDP ratio, which also has been climbing and climbing and climbing, and we're actually above 100%. So we have way more debt now than we have in terms of money that the country generates. Okay, so I mean that's a bad ratio. You don't want to see above 100%. You want to go back down before when the country was making more money than it had in liabilities. That's not the case now. We have more liability, more debt than how much we make, right? If you think about it, average Americans like that. That's why average Americans have a ton of credit card debt and live paycheck to paycheck. The government's like that now. The U.S. government, the entire government, the country is operating essentially the same way if you think about it. Think about how bad that is. That's not a situation you really want to be in. Yet we are there. That's why we have inflation. That's why Satoshi created Bitcoin, because he is sick of this, fed up with this, right? That's why we have Bitcoin. And that's why Bitcoin is a better way of preserving your wealth, attaining financial freedom, maybe life-changing wealth someday, right? For a vast majority of us. But you know, it's just a better system that isn't manipulated and controlled, and you don't have like the greed of banks ruining it. You don't have a lot of the shenanigans, right? So that's why the fundamentals of Bitcoin keeps on improving. It's that simple. It's really that simple. That's why. But you know, this also helps. Besides the fact that, yeah, you have great growing fundamentals, look at the past previous cycles. 2012, 2016, 2019. Of course, this is exaggerated a little bit because, you know, the scale goes up quite tremendously. But essentially, that's what happened, right? Kind of like the debt ceiling, you know, kind of the same path. But coming off a previous top, you have a year of bottom, right, of going down. And then afterwards, boom. Right? It happened in 2012, 2016, 2019, although we had a little bit, we had like a double top scenario, right? No, I'm sorry. That was I'm thinking about 2021. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you look at it overall, we came back down from the previous high, 69,000, right? And when we're ready and we're going to go back up, it's going to be parabolic just like all the times before, right? Financial freedom, life-changing wealth, or wife-changing wealth, whatever you're looking for, you can attain it by sticking with Bitcoin, holding, and DCAing. Good stuff. Good stuff. And it's not just Bitcoin. Ethereum. Ethereum had some problems, though. In the last 24 hours, Beacon Chain didn't have finality for like 20-something minutes. There was so much congestion that it couldn't do it, and then they patched it up, made sure it's okay. Okay, kind of the first time I heard it, but even during that fidelity problem, like time span, you know, transactions were still being processed, but it was just very inefficient because there was a couple nodes or something like that couldn't verify transactions. I don't know the full details and the complexities of it. What I do know is it's fixed, and that's good. But we know that with the resurgence of meme coins and NFTs, there are definitely a ton of traffic on Ethereum right now, which is why the fees, swap fees, or transaction fees are so high, right? $20, $30, sometimes $40 to make a swap. It's crazy. It's crazy. But, you know, just like Bitcoin, addresses keep going up. The number of holders, the number of stakers keeps going up and up and up. And balance on the exchanges keeps going down to a 4-year low. So overall, Ethereum's fundamentals are also improving each and every day. And that's fantastic. The second biggest crypto that we have. Now, a lot of you guys are Cardano fans. Some of you are, some of you are not. Cardano is also making strides, improving their Hydra head, which is basically a scaling solution, like a L2 sort of, for Cardano, because Cardano, the main chain itself, is not very fast. I hear it's roughly like 100 to 150 transactions per second, which isn't really fast if you think about it. But with Hydra, basically, and you could have multiple Hydra chains. I think this is just like the very first. But with this technology, you could basically scale Cardano infinitely, right? So just use of side chains to process transactions in kind of like a temporary ledger, kind of, so to speak. I don't know how the technology works, but it sounds very promising. They had it in testnet. Now they brought it to the mainnet. So now DEXs can figure out how to utilize this, because the DEXs on Cardano kind of a little lacking. Very slow, and there's not a lot of TVL, but hopefully this can change things. And speaking of TVL, Cardano's very first stablecoin DGED, you know, it's still working, operational, with 4 million coins circulating, although that's very little compared to, you know, USDT or USDC, which are in the billions, tens of billions. This is just 4 million. See, it kind of shows you how early the DeFi space is for Cardano. But hopefully, you know, with the introduction of Hydra, it could change things. Hopefully. And then lastly, a few regulatory stuff that's not good. Looks like money market makers like Jane Street and Jump Trading are exiting the U.S. due to a lot of scrutiny. And some of these, I think Jane Street also provides fiat on-ramp for some exchanges. Recently, a lot of exchanges been having problems with fiat on-ramps because all these banks, you know, they're scared. I mean, unfortunately, right now in the U.S., it's kind of still between the CFTC and the SEC and everyone else out there. It's kind of hard to know, you know, what to do. Who's right, who's wrong. Even both of these guys disagree on Ethereum. CFTC said Ethereum is a commodity. SEC thinks it's a security, even though they have not come out and said that. Right? I mean, even between agencies, there's disagreements. So, I mean, it's literally impossible to do any kind of business in the U.S. Without worrying about some kind of potential lawsuit from the SEC or the CFTC or something like that. So, unfortunately, that's still happening. Same thing with Canada. Binance called it quits in Canada. So, those of you guys in Canada, I don't know what exchange to use now. So that's unfortunate. So a lot of countries, you know, cracking down on crypto. Maybe they feel a little threatened by the fact that Bitcoin is getting stronger now. Before they thought maybe it was a joke, but Bitcoin and crypto are getting stronger and could potentially be a fiat replacement in the future. Maybe that's why they're starting to, you know, push the strict regulations out there. And then lastly, I covered this too, but Jump Trading, one of the firms that's getting out, they're getting sued. They may have made $1.3 billion from Terra's collapse. And if so, they're going to have to answer to that. And if they caused the collapse too, I don't know. That would be bad, really, really bad. Anyways, that is pretty much it. It's a quiet Sunday. This week will be interesting with the conference. So, let's see. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Ravi asked about EOS. I've given up on EOS. So, Knoxville says, I'm sure they won't allow themselves to get paid. But you know those politicians, those Congress people, they're absolutely loaded. A lot of them go in kind of broke, and then afterwards they're all super loaded. I wonder why. George, what if we make $1 trillion coin? That's what they were talking about. Minting a platinum $1 trillion coin, the treasury, and somehow that would fix things. I don't think it actually does. What if that was stolen? I was just curious. Like, what if it's stolen? It's not like you could ever cash that. Crypto Cash, I don't know if Binance.us is in the list of supported exchanges. Again, I'm not a Google of Gala. You guys will have to ask them through their Twitter or some other means. I don't know, but it's coming up. It's tomorrow, I think. It's either today or tomorrow. I mean, if you have doubt, why don't you just put it into your own wallet? I don't get it. If you have doubt, put it into your Trust wallet, which they confirmed is supported, and that's that, rather than guess if exchange is going to do it. Can Twitter be a space to exchange meme coins? Of course it can. If Elon makes that happen. That's actually a really good idea. I'm surprised Elon has not done more with Twitter, to be honest. I mean, he was trying to figure out how to stop it from burning to the ground, but I mean, there's still so much that could be done. Getting a wallet out first, then getting a swap feature, maybe a swap feature of just meme coins because he loves memes. I mean, there's a lot that could be done. How many decoy plays as how many Bitcoins will be enough? There's no right or wrong answer to that. 1 could be enough. 10 could be enough. 100 could be enough. Depends on what is enough for you. Miguel, what are your opinion on most crypto talks nowadays are about useless meme coins? You know, that's not surprising because people gravitate to what's exciting. Alts, alts earlier this year came up in a big way. A lot of AI plays shot up. A lot of gaming plays shot up, right? So people got excited. People were asking a lot about it. Now that they're not moving, people gravitate to what's exciting, right? Meme coins are exciting. They're making a lot of people money right now, right? But even though they have no utility, it's something that people are excited about. So at least there's that. Because if there was nothing, like nothing was moving, nothing exciting, then it's boring, right? And boring is not a bad thing, but people gravitate towards what's exciting, and that's meme coins right now. Trevor, please explain BTC price based on US and Bitcoin's price per coin not increasing. Then why is BTC better? Because you're only looking at it short term. Go expand out 12 years. Go expand out 10 years and tell me the price of Bitcoin has not been increasing. Can you see Pepe passing Sheep's market cap? I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. It has to go up to 6 billion. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. If Elon fully endorses Pepe, he tweeted out a meme about Pepe recently. He has not tweeted anything out about Sheep, and I was so wrong about that. I was like, it's just a matter of time. He's going to go from Doge to Sheep, even though the same dog, right? Like, I thought he would support some other meme coin. And all this time, he has not tweeted out one thing about Shiba Inu. So I was completely wrong about that. But he tweeted out something about Pepe. I don't know if it's accident. He didn't actually realize there was a Pepe coin. I don't think he was that oblivious. But if he starts tweeting out like frog memes, Pepe can catch up to Sheep. But if he doesn't, I don't know if Pepe has enough to catch up to Sheep. Maybe, maybe not. Hosky, the first meme on Cardano, partner in the United Nations to help refugees. See, it's not really a meme coin anymore, okay? I don't like this definition, how real projects, they call themselves a meme coin just because they have like a silly mascot or silly logo. They're not a meme anymore, okay? If you're a partner to help with the United Nations to help refugees, that's not a meme coin anymore. So you could just call it a legit project, right? Like, I don't get that. It's not a meme. Meme is not supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be something that people have fun. Helping refugees doesn't fit those criteria. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, that sounds like a great thing that the project is doing and Cardano's helping with, but it's not a meme coin anymore. Hopefully you guys enjoyed FOMO Pass yesterday. Amino Rewards, probably the first one that we had on the show that was good, and they were so good that I became an advisor after we recorded the show. So they're fantastic, and I just want to let you guys know there are a lot of projects that are fantastic. Don't think that right now people are not building. There's a lot of projects building that I have already talked to, and then I'm sure there's a lot more that I haven't talked to that are really building great use case, great utility, not just meme coins. And that's the whole point of the show, FOMO Pass, to let people know about them. But yeah, don't be discouraged that, oh, like everything's a meme coin. There are a lot of great projects that's being developed right now. Elmo and its burn function, I have no idea. Elmo sounds like another meme, which I do not know anything about. Pepe still has 710 million. Ladies is up 83 million. They're looking pretty good. I don't know who else is popular. There's a few of them that's been doing well. Evil, thank you. Yeah, I put up a video on a Supra 6-speed. Way better than the automatic Supra. You guys should watch that on drivers only. Pixelated Profit. Stop spreading debt ceiling FUD. If you actually believe that the debt ceiling is not causing FUD, or you don't think it's a big deal, then you should not be in crypto. You should not be in Bitcoin. That's one of the most fundamental things. So, I don't know why you're here. If you think, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the government and what they do. Then you shouldn't even be here. Unless you're just in it for a quick buck. If that's the case, you probably won't do very well. Hey, hi George. Realistically, 99% crypto projects don't even need a coin. This is something people don't think about. What's your opinion about that? Okay, so I could argue 99% of projects, crypto projects, don't even need to exist either. But then you could go farther out and say 99% of businesses out there, non-crypto businesses, don't need to be there either. So how far do you want to take that argument, right? A lot of these projects come out with a coin because obviously they use it for fundraising reasons, right? It's kind of like businesses that come out with stock, right? It's the Wild West still, yes, but there are a lot of projects that's building great things. There's a lot of projects that are not building great things, but there are a lot of projects that are. It's another mechanism to create and build and utilize it as either a funding mechanism, or they are actually truly trying to be decentralized and bring something to the space that's actually useful. But the whole place is so early, so why discourage that? People are still trying to figure it out. Pixel Profits, I'll help you. I'm just going to ban you from the channel. I love it how people think they have power when they tell someone, oh yeah, I'm going to unsub you. I love it when people say that because they have no power. They're actually more miserable and trying to spread that misery. So when I see someone that say that, I instantly ban them. I'm like, okay, bye. Did I get my Rivian? No. I think I'm going to cancel it because the more I think about Rivian, the more I think that they will go bankrupt. Lucid will be first, and then Rivian probably second. The only way Rivian doesn't go bankrupt is if Amazon buys them, because they produce those electric trucks for Amazon. So I would think if they get really, really desperate, they'll just like sell themselves to Amazon for pennies on a dollar and produce those electric trucks for Amazon. So like that's kind of how I see it. So maybe they have a path, but like Lucid, I see zero path. Toro Corolla chick magnet. The next video coming up is the Corolla GR, and it's a really good car. I would totally get that car as a weekend car. It's really good. Just FYI. Apple, I don't know if that's actually true. Do you think Pepe solves the solution of dollar debasement? No, I don't. I I don't think Pepe solves anything. Pepe is just a meme. That's it. There's no utility to it. Don't try to go deep with meme coins, okay? They're just fun things for people to either support or gamble with. That's it. They have no utility. And projects that actually have utility and still calls themselves a meme coin, in my opinion, just doing themselves a disservice. They should just be known as a legit project. They're no longer a meme coin. So, I mean, as simple as that. Don't go too deep with these meme coins, all right? Pepe's not going to solve anything. Yeah. Elmo is listed on centralized exchanges and burns 10% with every sale. Great. Great. You know, I came up with this idea last time. I don't know if it's a good one. If you want if you want something very exclusive and limited, like why not just come out with the meme that has 99% of the tokens locked and then 1% circulating, something like that. That way you know that there's no one out there that can really dump it because everyone has less than 1% of the overall supply, right? So if you want a great token economics, why not just do that instead? Just have 99% locked and then just circulate 1%. I actually think it's so silly and stupid that it could work. I'm pretty sure someone will probably follow that. T Sports. I don't know anything about Sneak. I live in Canada. Binance working fine. Received no notice of account closing. Well, it's not FUD, William. Get ready for it because other people have received notices already. So you probably got one and it's in your junk folder, but get ready to leave. Binance already announced this. Not like they announced it and they just go secretly keep it open. I don't know when they're going to shut down services, but it will be coming. Is it possible any other regulation against crypto could cancel next bull run? I mean, they could force people to not buy crypto. I mean, sure, the U.S. could do a lot, but thankfully, Bitcoin and crypto is not just a U.S. thing, right? It's just not. But of course, they can try. You know, the U.S. can shut down every exchange in the U.S. or shut down every fiat on-ramp, off-ramp in the U.S. Forced wallet makers to comply with KYC requirements. You know, there's a lot of things that they can do. They could shut down stablecoins. They could shut down USDC, USDT. They could basically make it near impossible for anyone to enjoy crypto in the U.S. But there are a lot of other countries out there that won't be doing these things, right? So you can't shut it down completely. All right, guys, let's conclude. Overall, today's a little better. We got Bitcoin 2023 to look forward to. Could I don't know, cause a mini run if there's a lot of exciting things coming out. The debt ceiling crisis is still very, 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 I don't know, very important, I guess. Yeah, regardless, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, even if it gets raised, which I probably think it will. You're just going to have ever increasing debt and ever increasing money printing forever. So that's why you want to stick with Bitcoin, right? So smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tonight I'll have a weekly recap video for you guys. And enjoy your Mother's Day. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.